The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-888-906-5204 now.
The antipsychotic drug Risperdal has been associated with gynecomastia, a condition which causes males to grow breast tissue. If you are a male who took Risperdal as a minor, or you have a son who took Risperdal as a minor and developed breasts, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be entitled to a significant cash award. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. Call the Rely On Group at 800-953-3943.
Attention women who have taken birth control. The commonly prescribed birth control pills Yaz, Yasmin, and Ocella have been linked to serious injuries.
If you or a loved one have taken Yaz, Yasmin, or Ocella and suffered deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary embolism, blood clots, stroke, heart attack, or your loved one even died, call the Rely On Group right now.
If you or a loved one has taken any of these drugs and were injured, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The manufacturers of Yaz, Yasmin, and Ocella may be liable for damages, and you may be entitled to a significant cash award. Call the Rely On Group right now. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
If you or a loved one have been injured by the contraceptives Yaz, Yasmin, or Ocella,
call the Rely On Group at 1-800-860-5446. That's 1-800-860-5446. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call the number on your screen now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Mesothelioma is a rare form of cancer caused by exposure to asbestos. You may have been exposed to asbestos if you worked in mills or shipyards, the Navy, or in the automotive, construction, carpentry, heating, and insulation industries.
You may be entitled to receive financial compensation to help with the costs of treatment, medical bills, and care. Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free consultation and to see if you may qualify for financial compensation. There is absolutely no risk on your part.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now for your free legal consultation. Call the Rely On Group at 800-967-4959.
Attention Actos users. Recent studies show that the diabetes drug Actos may increase your risk of bladder cancer. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with bladder cancer after taking Actos, call the Rely On Group now for a free legal consultation. You may be entitled to a cash settlement. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 1-800-616-3903. That's 1-800-616-3903.
The antipsychotic drug Risperdal has been associated with gynecomastia, a condition which causes males to grow breast tissue. If you are a male who took Risperdal as a minor, or you have a son who took Risperdal as a minor and developed breasts, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be entitled to a significant cash award. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. Call the Rely On Group at 1-800-891-8739. Attention Paxil and Zoloft users. The FDA has associated the use of certain antidepressants with birth defects. If you took Paxil, Zoloft, or other antidepressants such as Celexa, Lexapro, Effexor, Prozac, or Pristiq while pregnant and your child was born with spina bifida, PPHN, heart, cranial, or limb defects, or other serious birth defects, you and your child may qualify for financial compensation. Call the Rely On Group at 800-710-1981. Attention dialysis patients. Recent studies have linked certain dialysis solutions to heart attacks. If you or a loved one suffered heart complications during dialysis treatment, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be owed a significant cash award plus medical expenses from the manufacturer. The FDA has issued their most serious type of recall for Granuflo and Natrolite. stating that these kidney dialysis solutions may cause serious heart complications. Injuries include sudden cardiac death, heart attack, and stroke. Call the Reliant Group right now to be connected to an experienced attorney for a free consultation. You don't owe us a penny unless we're successful. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. Call now to determine if you may qualify for a cash award and medical expenses. If you or a loved one has undergone dialysis treatment and suffered heart complications, call the Reliant Group at 1-800-541-7637. That's 1-800-541-7637. If you have taken Benicar, Benicar HCT, Azor, or Tribenzor for your high blood pressure, you may be eligible for significant financial compensation. The FDA has warned that Benicar and similar drugs have been linked to serious intestinal problems. These problems include colitis, chronic diarrhea, weight loss, nausea, vomiting, and dehydration. If you or a loved one took Benicar and received medical treatment for intestinal problems, call the Reliant Group at 800-232-6185.
This is important news for diabetic patients. If you have taken Byetta, Janumet, Januvia, or Victoza, you could be at risk of pancreatic cancer or thyroid cancer. A research center at UCLA identified risks for pancreatic cancer, prompting a Food and Drug Administration warning. If you or a loved one has taken Byetta, Janumet, Januvia, or Victoza and were diagnosed with cancer after using the drug, find out now if you are entitled to compensation for suffering and reimbursement for medical expenses. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. Call the Reliant Group right now. You don't have to do this alone. There's absolutely no risk on your part, and you don't owe us a penny unless we're successful. If you or a loved one has taken Byetta, Janumet, Januvia, or Victoza, and then develop pancreatic cancer or thyroid cancer, call the Reliant Group at 1-800-867-3189 for your free consultation. That's 1-800-867-3189.
Attention women with high cholesterol. If you have taken the drug Lipitor, you may be owed financial compensation. The FDA warns that Lipitor has been linked to a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. If you are a woman and have developed type 2 diabetes while taking the drug Lipitor, the manufacturer may be to blame. If you or a loved one has been